It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl, the interscholastic game show here in the Prince George's Schools where we pit elementary and middle school students against each other. This is an elementary game. Let's meet the teams. Let's go first to Barnaby Manor Elementary School and meet Fatima Contreras, Michaela Quadera, and Jamia Matthew. And from Highland Park Elementary School, say hello to Sean Robinson, Darius Holmes, and Malachi Calco. And now, here are the categories of questions we use on Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to how difficult the questions are. On the left, the easier ones worth 5 and 10 points. The tougher ones worth 15, 20, and ultimately 25. Toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points. No penalties for incorrect answers. And at the end of the 2 rounds, one of these 2 outstanding schools will come back to play Mattapanai for the chance to go on to the semifinals. Let's make sure everything works properly. Michaela, would you try your buzzer for us? Thank you, honey. Looks like it's working just fine. You and Fatima and Jamia, good luck today. And Darius, would you try your buzzer? Green one looks good, ready and raring to go. He and Sean and Malachi. Are we ready? Yes. Let's do this thing. Congratulations on being chosen to represent your school. This is a high honor, and you are all good ambassadors. Let's have a great game. Nobody really loses on Science Bowl because you're here. We go alphabetically, B before H, so Barnaby Manor and Michaela, let's play the bowl.
Dateline Science for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. Teams, recently a satellite came falling out of the sky. People said the sky is falling, but most of it burned up in the atmosphere before it hit the Earth. What force burned up that satellite? Name that force, Highland Park.
It's called motion.
Not motion. Good try. What is the force that burned up that satellite as it re-entered the atmosphere headed toward planet Earth, Barnaby Manor?
Gas.
Friction. Friction. As that satellite rubbed against the air molecules coming through, it burned it up, which is why so very little of it, thank goodness, reached the Earth. Try red.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, it turns out all these years we've been learning the wrong thing. This muscular organ in your mouth does not have separate areas for sweet and sour and bitter and salty. Highland Park.
The tongue.
The tongue, absolutely right, because a lot of us say, oh, it's salty on the tip and bitter on the back. Apparently, those taste buds are widely distributed. It's not a certain map, as many of us have been taught. Good, you're on the board. Go green. Darius, you choose.
Zoo Parade for 5.
Zoo Parade for 5 points. Teams, what shadowy rodent comes out of the ground every February the 2nd to tell us how long? Highland Park?
A groundhog.
A groundhog. Punxsutawney Phil. He comes out. If he sees his shadow or he doesn't, it determines whether winter is 6 more weeks or less. Okay, that's how to play the game. Go green.
We want green things for 5.
You got it. Green things for 5 points. Teams, if you're looking for something in the wrong place, the saying goes, you're barking up the wrong what? You're barking up the wrong what, Highland Park?
Tree.
Tree. You're barking up the wrong tree. That's the green thing. That's how we do it. Go. Green.
We want let's get physical for 5.
Let's get physical for 5 points. Teams, the theory is that the entire universe started with what loud sound? The Big Bang. The Big Bang is the loud sound, just like the TV show. Try again, green.
Okay, we want science potpourri for 5.
Science potpourri for 5 points. Teams, a lot of times when you go to a party, there's food and there's games, and then there's one of these inflatable devices where you can jump around at, yes, Highland Park.
A moon bounce.
A moon bounce. Pretend you're an astronaut on the lunar surface. Yes, indeed. All right. Come on, Barnaby Manor. You got to be faster on that buzzer here. You got to help out Michaela. Come on, Jamia. I want to see you talking to her. I want to see Fatima. I want you to talk to Michaela. Let's, as soon as I'm saying, I want to see some ideas pop up there. Come on, Green. Go.
Zoo parade for 10.
Zoo parade for 10 points. Teams, let's see if you remember this. There is a new trap that some insect specialists are using to trap a bug that is destroying trees, and they have named it after this creature, this dinosaur that used to be a companion of children on TV. Highland Park.
Barney?
Barney, yes, it's a purple trap. The purple trap is called the Barney trap. Exactly right. So you do remember Barney. Judges, that makes me feel a little better that they still remember that. Go, Green.
Okay, we want green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. All right, teams, there are dead zones in the Chesapeake Bay because of blooms of this tiny green plant that literally suck the oxygen out of the water, which is why the fish die. What are these tiny green plants in the bay that are overpopulated in giant blooms? All right, come on, Barnaby Manor, let's get one.
Seaweed.
Be more specific. Highland Park, can you be more specific for me?
Kelp.
Good try. Algae. Algae. Blooms of algae is what we're looking for there. Same thing that you can get in your fish tank. If they bloom, you know, that's curtains for the fish. All right, 80 to 50 still. Highland Park, go.
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, your question is as follows. We have... Yes, pandas. Pandas, they eat bamboo. We know that. And they have a tough time digesting it. It may be because at one time, pandas were not herbivorous. Rather, they were these kinds of animals that had a different kind of diet. Highland Park.
Carnivores.
Carnivores, yes. We think that at one time they ate animals, the prey disappeared, and now they have to rely on green things. But it's very tough to digest bamboo. Cows have 4 stomachs to do that. Pandas have just 1. All right, we've come to the end of the first round. Highland Park 90, Barnaby Manor 50. We'll be back with round 2 in just a moment. Don't go away.
Diet and exercise are never easy. Then again, neither is dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Most of these deaths could be prevented. Please, talk to your doctor about your risk for diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving.
I always thought being a good mother meant raising my baby myself. But when I got pregnant, I realized I wasn't ready to be a parent. So I did something I thought I could never do. I chose adoption. It was really hard. But I know my baby is with a loving family and has a very bright future.
Sometimes choosing adoption is being a good mother. Visit us at ichooseadoption.org.
All smiles are not created equal, but animals take what they get. Luckily, you can turn to an orthodontist who has 2 to 3 years of specialized education beyond dental school. Visit an orthodontist for a lifetime of healthy, beautiful smiles.
And we welcome you back to Science Ball's second half of an elementary game here. We're still low in score, but high in spirits. Let's find out about our young people. We're so proud of them. Barnaby, Manor, nice to have you guys here. We said at the top of the show that we haven't seen this school in a long time. We're so happy you're here today. Michaela, tell us about your school. Who's your principal?
Our principal is Miss Rhonda Gladden.
Yes, and I know she's been on the phone to me. She's been so excited to have you folks back in the Science Bowl. And I know you have a number of alternates on your team, too. And we're going to bring them out. Did you want to give me their names? Did you know? Do you have them all?
Miss Guy.
That's all right. Well, when we bring them out, we'll make sure we get those names. Who's the sponsor of your team, Michaela?
Miss Guy.
Miss Guy, and I know she's here and she's out in the other room. She's trying to send those answers through to you as we ask these questions. I'm sure telepathically she's trying to help you out here. Tell me why you wanted to be on the Science Bowl, Michaela.
I wanted to be in the Science Bowl because my family has lots of things to do with the Science Bowl. Because my brother, I got interested in the Science Bowl because my brother played the Science Bowl, and my mom is going to judge the Science Bowl.
Wow, so it's an all science, but it's a family affair there. I'm glad you're here, and you're playing a nice game. And I know the points are low right now, but I know you're gonna get your sea legs real soon here and start to click. What do you want to do when you get older?
I have lots of things to do when I get older, but I really want to be a neurologist for my dad.
For your dad, why so?
Because it's for the nerves, so in his ears I can fix my dad's ear and help people hear much better.
Wow, he must be very proud of you that you want to do that for him and for others. And I know you're a chef, and I know you like to bake cakes, and you're a very talented young lady. Good to have you. Fatima, nice to have you here. Tell me the Fatima story. What do you do in your spare time?
Well, sometimes I like to play on my hula hoop, and sometimes I draw or read.
Oh, good. What do you want to do when you get older?
I would be a musician, a singer, or a doctor.
Wonderful. And do you play the violin?
Yes.
Yeah, and so does Michaela, so you're musically inclined and you're academic, so you've got a lot going for you, Fatima. And Jamia, nice to have you here. You're a 4th grader, right?
Yes.
And your colleagues are 5th graders. Nice to have you on the show. You were the alternate, but now you're here in the big time. Tell me, what do you like about Science Bowl? Why are you here?
Well, I'm here because my sister was in the Science Bowl, and my father's a science teacher, and I think that he's the one that got me into science.
Wow. Where does your father teach?
He teach at...
Is it a school here in this county?
No.
No. And you said that your sister was on Science Bowl.
Yes.
Wow, so another family affair going on here. Too bad, Fatima, you don't have anybody who was on the bowl. You're the only one who doesn't here, but it's really nice to hear about that experience. Highland Park, nice to have you guys here. Darius, Miss Lori Ellis, wonderful principal down there, just like Rhonda Gladden is at Barnaby Manor. And who's your sponsor?
Miss Linda Hobbs.
Miss Linda Hobbs, and I know she brought you over here today, and we're glad that she did, and she put in the work to get you guys ready. You're playing a nice game. Tell me, do you have any alternates on your team, Darius?
No.
No, okay, so you're it. They say this is all we need, folks, all the talent that we need at Highland Park. And someday you aspire, I know you like sports. Tell me what you want to do someday, Darius.
Well, I would like to be an accountant because I like to do math, and on my spare time I would like to play one of the drums in the band.
In the band? Oh, wow, you want to do both, huh? At halftime you're going to run up and do the halftime show, huh? All right, buddy. Malachi, nice to have you here. I know you want to grow up and maybe be an electrician, right?
Yes.
So have you worked with electricians before? Are you handy?
Well, no, I actually learned on my own sometimes.
Oh, you do. So you're experimenting. You know, you don't learn anything in life without some curiosity. And just be safe when you do that, because we know electricity is dangerous, just like all science labs can be. Nice to have you with us. Sean, how about you? I know you enjoy sports a lot. Yes. Favorite team is the Philadelphia Eagles, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Would you play for them someday?
Yes.
If they asked?
Well, yes, and I might not.
Might and might. You're holding out for big money. Is that it, Sean? You're going to get your agent to get you a better contract.
Well, not really, so I could know what it takes to be a football player and train very hard.
Absolutely, yes. So it's physical and it's mental both. And, yeah, it takes a lot. And I'm sure you're going to give it all you got. Nice to have you with us, Sean. Let's get back to the game. 90 points for Highland Park, 50 for Barnaby Manor. Lots of points to give away. Green team, start us out. Darius?
We want body systems for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. Teams, your body's third molars in your mouth, most of you will have them removed at some time. It sounds like actually that those teeth have little brains in them because we call them what kind of teeth, these third molars? Barnaby Manor?
Wisdom teeth.
Wisdom teeth. That's right. Thank you, Jamia. Thank you for your assist there. I'm glad to see you girls smile. I'm glad you got some points. Go, Michaela.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, if you read Harry Potter books, you know that some of the plants in Harry Potter, the belladonna and the mandrake and the wolfsbane, they all have ornamental berries on them, which is a nice way of saying that those berries are really what? Barnaby Manor.
Fake.
Fake.
Pass it on to...
What are you saying, Jamia?
Fake.
Fake, not fake. Good try. Ornamental does mean fake, but these berries, ornamental, is just another way of saying with these particular plants, belladonna and mandrake and wolfsbane, that the berries are really what?
For decoration?
No, I don't think you got the drift. They're really poisonous. They're toxic. All right, they are toxic. Go again, please, Red. Nice try, both teams. Go, Michaela.
Let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for 10 points. Teams, the only planet in our solar system with a retrograde orbit, meaning it actually spins backwards on its axis, is this second planet from the sun, Highland Park.
Venus.
You got it, Venus, that cloud-enshrouded orb right next to us. You're at the century mark, 100. Go, Darius.
We won Dateline Science for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. If you're a dinosaur aficionado, if you know dinosaurs, you'll know the answer to this one. Practically all dinosaurs, the nasty ones and the big, gentle herbivores, end in what suffix? All right, Highland Park.
Saurus.
Saurus, absolutely right. Brontosaurus, Tyrannosaurus, absolutely right. Good thinking over there. Great answer. Go. Green.
Zoo Parade for 15.
Zoo Parade for 15 points, teams. This is a numerical answer. Math involved here. Cave fish live their entire lives in the dark. They don't even have eyes because they are deep inside a cave. They have a circadian rhythm, knowing when to eat and sleep, that is far different than ours. In fact, the number of hours in a cave fish's circadian rhythm is 1 hour less than
23.
Oh, you didn't let me finish. Didn't let me finish, Barnaby Manor. The circadian rhythm for a cave fish is 1 hour less than 2 of our days. Yes?
47 hours.
47 hours, absolutely right. Good comeback. Sorry about that, Darius. You were on to what we were headed for. Good answer. Thank you, Jamia, for your assist on that. Go, Michaela.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points, teams. Flowers that open at night are usually white in order to attract bats and other moths. In order to do what to those plants? In order to do what? For 20 points, can you tell me, Barnaby Manor? What you thinking? Answer, please. We're going to the green team. Green team. These flowers that open at night, they're generally white so that they can attract bats and moths and other insects. What are those creatures going to do for that plant?
To pollinate it?
That's exactly right. They're coming to pollinate that plant, and the lure is that white color. Good comeback. Go green. Yes, sir.
Zoo Parade for 20.
Zoo Parade for 20 points. Teams, if you go to a restaurant and order a shark steak, you don't have to worry about getting bones stuck in your throat because a shark has no bones. Its whole skeleton is made of this gristly material that we call what? Cartilage. Cartilage, the same thing that's in your nose, in your ears. Kind of a gristly substance. Try again, green.
Body systems for 15.
Body systems for 15 points. Kind of disgusting. Every day, your body makes 1 liter of this substance to help you speak and breathe and swallow. And when you get all congested, when you have a cold, there's even more of it stuck inside of you. What is it, Barnaby Manor?
Mucus.
Say it again.
Mucus.
Mucus, absolutely right. Like Mucinex that they advertise on TV with those little green guys with the suitcases. Okay, go green, or red rather.
Let's get physical for 15.
Get physical for 15 points, teams. This sounds like an oxymoron. Can ice burn you? Yes, it can if it's this kind of ice, which is frozen carbon dioxide. Barnaby Manor.
Dry ice?
Dry ice, yeah, be careful. They use that to keep ice cream cold, and with that, our score is now Highland Park 130, Barnaby Manor 105. We got a game going here. The ladies have come to life. Go, Michaela.
Body systems, science potpourri for 15.
Science potpourri for 15 points. Teams, people who climb rocks and don't use ropes oftentimes have a bag filled with calcium carbonate to dip their hand in to get a better grip. Calcium carbonate is better known as this substance we use to write on blackboards with. Highland Park.
Chalk.
Chalk, yes, chalk it is. Good, go Green, you're back at it.
We want Dateline Science for 15.
Dateline for 15 points, teams. Back on August 23rd, an earthquake hit Washington, D.C., and it registered 5.8 on what scale? What scale measured the strength of that earthquake? The Richter scale, the Richter scale. Try again, Green.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems for 20 points. This is very interesting. Teams, kids, especially who live on a farm and play in the dirt, sometimes have worms and parasites, rarely get allergies because what body system is used to fighting off invaders to their bodies? Highland Park.
Skin.
Not skin. Good try. What body system fights off worms and parasites and allergens, which is why kids who grow up in farms rarely get allergies?
Cells.
Immune system. Your immune system is used to fighting off. Remember I said body systems. System. Go again, please. Green.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. All right. Teams, if a physicist says to you, "What's the matter?" your answer could be one of four things. Can you give me one? What's the matter? Barnaby Manor.
Nothing.
Nothing? No, not nothing. What's the matter? Highland Park, a physicist is asking you this. You can give me one of four answers.
I got a headache.
No. States of matter, solid, liquid, gas, or plasma we would have accepted. Try again, Green.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. Teams, Little Miss Muffet must not have been lactose intolerant because as she sat on her tuffet, she ate her curds and what? Highland Park.
Whey.
Whey, that's right. And whey is a milk product, and if you're lactose intolerant, you can't eat it. Curds and whey is actually cottage cheese. Nicely done. Go again, please. Darius.
Dateline Science for 20.
Dateline Science for 20 points. Teams, your question is as follows. Every year, the Nobel Prizes are given out. They're the top prizes in the world. Some for literature, some for economics, some for peace. 3 Nobel Prizes are given out in different fields of science. I'll give you 20 points if you can give me one of the science Nobel Prizes. Give me one field of science that is a Nobel Prize. All right, come on, Highland Park. You've been doing well. Do it again.
Physical.
Yes, indeed. Physical sciences, chemistry, medicine, or biology. Any of those would have been acceptable. Good. Go. Green.
Green things for 25.
Green things for 25 points. Teams, what is the K-initialed brown algae that grows under the ocean so tall that it forms forests? Highland Park.
Kelp.
Kelp. Forest it is. Good. Go.
Zooparade for 25.
Zooparade 25, big one in that category. Teams, there are some frogs in Central America that have come up with a unique way. Fatima, are you listening? There's some frogs in Central America that can come up with a unique way of getting a drink. They crawl out of their humid burrows into the cool night air, and water, dew, forms on their skin. What's that process called where dew can form on a surface? Highland Park for 25 points.
Condensation.
You got it, young man. Condensation it is. Good. Go. You're on a roll.
Let's get physical for 25.
Let's get physical for 25 points. 2-part answer. Everybody knows this. It's going to be the fastest one on the draw. Isaac Newton's laws of motion include one that says an object that is in motion will continue to stay in motion unless it is acted on by an opposing force. Darius, I think you jumped in too soon. Barnaby Manor, The law of motion that says a body in motion will stay in motion unless acted upon by an opposing force is the reason why in an automobile we have these two devices to protect us in a crash. Can you give me both of them?
Airbag. Airbag. Seatbelt.
Yes, airbag and seatbelt. That's what I want to hear. Good. Passive restraints. And the buzzer has rung. That means our game is over. It looks like Highland Park, the guys over there have done it. We'll check that score and come back with a wrap-up in just a moment. Don't go away.
Across America, service learning is helping students improve their grades and their communities. Service learning makes school exciting by connecting the classroom with community service projects.
Before service learning, I was just an ordinary student causing mischief during class. After service learning started, I got so involved into it, I started paying attention more, picked up my grades.
Okay, very good.
Service learning absolutely drives academic success.
Working together, students solve real problems, build new skills, and apply their knowledge in a whole new way.
The great thing about service learning is it gives you this opportunity to go out into the world and do things hands-on.
Inside the classroom and out, service learning opens new doors and brings learning to life. Service learning can make a difference in your school. Visit Learn and Serve America at learnandserve.gov to find out how.
I knew I needed help paying for college. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I used to make worksheets for my friends to do. No one ever wanted to come over. My guidance counselor told me about federal student aid, and my mom helped me fill out the free application. I got the grants and loans that made school possible. There is a way to pay for school. You just have to find it. My name is Caitlin. I'm going to be a special education teacher. I'm going to live my dream.
For years, scientists have explored remote corners of the Earth, searching for exotic substances that might help prevent cancer. At last, man has discovered a secret place where powerful remedies can actually be found. Medical research shows that a vegetarian diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, can help prevent many types of cancer. Wherever you live, cancer prevention is as close as your grocery store. To learn more, call 866-906-WELL.
And welcome back to Science Bowl. 6 young people playing our game today. What a great job they did. Barnaby Manor, you guys came back. Girls, we're proud of you. Our final tally today is Barnaby Manor 130, Highland Park 235. The guys did it. Congratulations, Sean and Darius and Malachi. A super game today. And Miss Linda Hobbs, their wonderful sponsor. I know how proud you are of your team. And I want to see some smiles over here. Girls, no more tears. We love you. Fatima and Michaela and Jamia, you played a super game here today. Miss Guy, thank you for being part of our Science Bowl. Please come back. And please come back and see another edition here on TV 96 or 38 or online. Would love to see you. See you next time on Science Bowl. Bye-bye.